You have arrived at our channel. Blonde beauty Linda Evans, who became an international phenomenon playing Krystle Carrington on Dynasty, also helped to shape 1980s fashion. But was her real life really that picture perfect? Behind her flawless appearance, there were shattered marriages, betrayals even when she was most beautiful, and constant struggles with mental and physical disease. Linda Evans's reputation as an ideal of beauty was tarnished when she was embroiled in a legal scandal. Finally, at the age of 83, Linda Evans has spoken the devastating truth about her troubled life. She conquered every obstacle in her path to self-discovery, from the peak of her career to the lowest point in her life, when she thought life had no meaning. I want to know what happened. Join me as I explore the secret tale of Linda Evans, whose emotional journey is shaped by the intertwining of fame, suffering, and beauty. The artistically inclined Evans family welcomed Linda into the world on November 18, 1942, in Hartford, Connecticut. She inherited an appreciation for the arts from her parents, who were both accomplished dancers. The family relocated to North Hollywood when Linda was a little girl so that she may have better possibilities in the entertainment business. She and her sisters, Carol and Kathy, had a loving and supportive upbringing there. Linda was a quiet, reserved kid who shied away from staring and felt awkward in crowds, even though she came from an artistic family. She was urged to enroll in theater classes at Hollywood High School in order to boost her self-esteem. At first, it was only a means to an end, a means to conquer her shyness, but the acting classes introduced her to a whole new universe. Over time, Linda came to appreciate the thrill of being a performer. She gained confidence with every character she played. This renewed enthusiasm for performing blossomed. In addition to overcoming her shyness, Linda's time at Hollywood High School set the stage for her successful professional life. There, an introverted little girl started on the path to stardom on television. With a position in a TV commercial, 15-year-old Linda Evans broke into the entertainment scene. Even though it was a bit part, her first time on camera sparked a lifelong love of acting. Filmmakers were immediately captivated by Linda's magnetic personality and innate charisma, which opened doors for her to appear in hit TV series like Bachelor Father, The Adventures of Ozzie and Harriet, and Wagon Train. Linda established herself as a talented young actor and earned important experience throughout this time. After Linda landed the role of Audra Barkley in 1965's The Big Valley, things started to change. She made her acting debut in a long-running series with this role. Strength, intelligence, and an irresistible charm characterized Audra Barkley, the youngest daughter of the Barkley family. Linda captivated and impressed spectators with her portrayal of Audra, who possessed the ideal blend of self-assurance and profound emotion. Changed Linda's life forever was The Big Valley. She became a household name thanks to the show's run from 1965 to 1969, and she was able to escape supporting roles and establish herself firmly in the entertainment industry as a result. Acting the role of Audra Barkley allowed Linda to see her own potential and seize new possibilities, as she frequently mentioned. Not only did this achievement mark the first peak of her career, but it also laid the groundwork for what was to come. Linda was about to land a part that would cement her place in Hollywood history, even though viewers liked her as Audra Barkley. When might Linda Evans next be greeted? This plunge, under the brilliant Dynasty limelight, would alter the course of her life in an irrevocable way. The part that brought Linda Evans worldwide fame was her portrayal of Krystle Carrington in the TV series Dynasty. With its riveting plot revolving on the affluent Carrington family and filled with internal strife, love, and treachery, Dynasty immediately captivated viewers across the globe upon its 1981 premiere. The series hinged on Linda's portrayal of Krystle Carrington. The character played by John Forsythe, Blake Carrington's wife, was a strong-willed, kind, and bright lady. One of the defining characteristics of Dynasty was the intense competition that developed between Krystle and Alexis Colby, Joan Collins's ex-wife and Blake's former spouse. The legendary showdowns between Krystle and Alexis were huge hits with viewers and helped propel the series to new heights. Among Linda's many honors is a 1982 Golden Globe for Best Actress in a Television Series, which she received for her portrayal of Krystle Carrington. The audience's adoration was evident from 1982 to 1985, when she was nominated for many People's Choice Awards and got consecutive Golden Globe nominations. Being nominated for an Emmy Award in 1983 further solidified Linda's position as one of the most notable television actresses of that time. Her part also started fads all around the world. Millions of women throughout the world looked up to Krystle because of the bar she established with her collection of fur coats, glitzy evening gowns, and other extravagant garments. In a flash, Linda became a style icon, with thick blonde hair, refined makeup, keen eyes, and neutral-toned lips that women of all ages wanted to copy. In real life, Linda was just as stylish. She had a way with classic pieces like long coats, jeans, and white shirts that never went out of style. Her dynastic attire served as both a showcase for her beauty and an emblem of the era, serving as an inspiration to designers and shaping collections for decades. Her enduring style is a testament to Linda's belief that fashion is more than simply clothes. It is a means of self-expression and narrative telling. Linda had guest appearances in a number of films in addition to Dynasty. The 1979 action flick Avalanche Express featured her, Lee Marvin, and Robert Shaw. Tom Horn, Steve McQueen's last picture, was released in 1980 and she was in it. Even while Linda's film parts weren't as successful as her TV work, they demonstrated her openness to trying new genres. When Dynasty, the reunion, aired in 1991, Linda was back as Krystle. Fans were able to relive their favorite Carrington storylines and characters on this little series. The audience welcomed Linda's comeback with open arms, confirms her lasting popularity among viewers. Linda relentlessly pursued new jobs and worked hard to advance her career, albeit Dynasty is still her most famous work. The profound connection she formed with audiences via each performance is a more accurate indicator of her accomplishment than any number of accolades she may have received. Linda Evans exemplifies strength, devotion, and passion for her art, making her an inspiration to generations to come in addition to being a lauded actor. Linda Evans's personal life was characterized by tragedy and hardships, requiring her to confront profound emotional scars in love and marriage, despite her reaching the height of her career and becoming a global superstar. The famous actor and director John Derek, who was 16 years Linda's senior, was her husband in 1968. Linda was only 26 years old when this happened. While Derek had already established himself as a veteran Hollywood actor, famous for his charisma and self-assurance, Derek was more than just Linda's boyfriend. He was instrumental in launching her career and helping her succeed in the ultra-competitive entertainment world. Unfortunately, the seemingly perfect union swiftly descended into sadness. The dynamic between Linda and Derek was rocky from the get-go. Derek, who was notorious for his turbulent love life, was famously married to actress Ursula Andress, during which his domineering tendencies shone through. He wished for Linda to give up her acting profession so she could devote herself to their family life, and she did so out of love. The marriage remained unstable despite Linda's efforts to reach a compromise. From her clothing choices to her romantic connections, Derek maintained his stranglehold on her life. Despite her youth and lack of life experience, Linda was led to believe that love required self-sacrifice. Unfortunately, her flexibility wouldn't protect her from the harm that Derek was about to inflict. It all came to a head in 1973 when Derek started an affair with Mary Kathleen Collins, an 18-year-old who would go on to become a Hollywood beauty icon named Bo Derek. In addition to betraying Linda, Derek shamelessly flaunted his affair, whisking Bo away to Germany and Greece to evade legal complications caused by their 30-year age gap. This was a public disgrace on top of the horrible betrayal that Linda had experienced. Linda became mired in rumors and speculation, while Derek took a beating for being self-centered. In retrospect, Linda says this was the lowest point of her life. She felt abandoned and lost after the man she loved so much betrayed her. In addition to the emotional fallout from her marriage's dissolution, she struggled with self-esteem issues brought on by constant comparisons to Bo Derek, who was younger and more attractive. Even though she was under intense public scrutiny, Linda chose to keep quiet and not speak up, despite her distress. Defying hopelessness, Linda made a firm decision to face her suffering head-on, then continue on. She divorced her husband in 1974 after 6 turbulent years of marriage. Although Linda's divorce was difficult, It was a watershed moment in her journey to self-discovery. She notified her management of her intention to return to acting after breaking up with Derek. A new chapter in Linda's profession opened up because to her resiliency, which she used to overcome personal grief. In no time at all, she was back on top of her entertainment world, and her portrayal of Krystle Carrington on Dynasty catapulted her to even greater stardom. Through channeling her suffering into action, Linda demonstrated that she was greater than a scorned woman. Fortitude and determination were qualities she embodied. Bo Derek openly regretted her part in the breakup of Linda and John's marriage many years after John's 1998 death. Bo said that she had been naive about the gravity of the situation when she was younger and had interfered in other people's relationships without thinking them through. She realized the difficulties of her own beautiful but troubled marriage to Derek and felt guilty for the hurt she had inadvertently given Linda. Despite the tragic end of her marriage to John Derek, Linda Evans found the resolve to go on. Linda decided to move on from the past, learning from Derek's criticisms that she should never allow herself be diminished by love. Because she refused to allow hardship to define her life, Linda became an icon of perseverance. A year after Linda's turbulent marriage to Derek ended, in 1975, she started a new chapter in her life. To Stan Herman, a prosperous real estate magnate, by marriage. Herman provided Linda with the stability she craved, in contrast to Derek, who was involved with the entertainment scene. They started dating with the desire for a less complicated existence, apart from the limelight and the stresses of Hollywood. But things turned very differently in this marriage than Linda had planned. As their 4 years of dating progressed, their divergent priorities and ways of living grew more obvious. Linda continued to be a huge star in Hollywood, while Herman, who was great at what he did, had a hard time fitting in with Linda's environment. After a short but meaningful marriage, they chose to split up in 1979 since they couldn't find anything they had in common. After her divorce, Linda dated a number of famous people, one of which being Lee Majors, who starred in The $6 Million Man. Their relationship didn't last long, but it was a media phenomenon because of how famous the two actors were. The famous Greek musician Yanni was one of Linda's significant partnerships. Starting in 1989, their romance continued for almost 10 years. Yanni gave Linda the joy and serenity she had been seeking, as Linda frequently recounted. Despite the fact that they never tied the knot, Linda considers their time together to have been a highlight of her life. Neither of Linda's marriages nor her subsequent relationships resulted in the birth of a child. She has been quite forthright about her lack of sorrow over having children. All she wanted to do was advance professionally, cultivate meaningful connections, and create a life that was true to herself. Caring for oneself, following one's passions, and keeping strong relationships with one's most important people brought Linda joy and fulfillment. Though Linda's marriage to Stan Herman was short-lived, it helped her discover who she was and what she valued most in a romantic partner. Linda kept her optimism and tenacity through 2 failed marriages and infertility, and she never stopped looking for joy and real connections in her own life. She believed that all relationships, whether long-term or short-lived, provided opportunities for personal growth and insight about herself. The decision not to have children by Linda Evans is seen by some as a reflection of her focus on her job and happiness. What are your thoughts on this point of view? Leave a comment with your opinions. After going through a number of difficult marriages and major life transitions, Linda Evans has now moved on to a new chapter, one that was difficult for her emotionally and physically. Linda, who had radiated strength and beauty on television, fought unseen challenges behind the scenes. A serious health problem befell Linda in 2014. She had to rely on powerful medicines since her chronic back pain was too much to handle. At the same time, her body was completely drained from chronic fatigue syndrome, having a profound effect on her everyday life. Her already low quality of life was made even worse by a neck injury she sustained while preparing for high-intensity sports. Due to these emotional and physical stresses, Linda fell into a profound despair. When she felt she could no longer bear the agony any longer, she seriously considered suicide. An arrest for reckless driving that same year made headlines and damaged Linda's reputation. Nevertheless, it was later discovered that the conduct was caused by the adverse effects of the pain. medication she had been given to alleviate her excruciating back pain. The cops discovered 30 painkillers in Linda's purse during their inquiry. Although she said she hadn't anticipated the effects of the medications on her driving skills, she clarified that they were prescribed by a doctor. The catastrophic hair loss that Linda endured as a result of her cortisone treatments only added to her emotional troubles. She was a beauty symbol, so this was really hurtful for her. She started wearing wigs as a coping mechanism, but rather than letting shame get in the way, she saw it as a path to healing. In interviews, Linda spoke up about her life, saying that she was able to reclaim her self-esteem and love herself again when she learned to accept her flaws. Linda realized that many of her previous relationships had caused her to lose her identity when she reflected on her life. She had lost touch with her own self due to years of compromising and self-sacrifice. Still, she credits her sufferings with teaching her the value of independence and dignity. Linda began her long and arduous road to recovery with a strong will to heal. She started living life on her own terms, sought balance, and emphasized her mental health. Her deepest sufferings, Linda added, taught her the value of perseverance and that every difficulty is an opportunity for growth. She rose from the depths of despair to discover the light within herself once more. In addition to being a legendary figure on television, Linda Evans exemplifies the strength to overcome obstacles and start over again. Linda Evans fought back against the oppression and tragedy that she had endured throughout her life. She came out stronger on the other side of her ordeal with self-healing, and she left behind an incredibly remarkable legacy as a result. Aside from her iconic roles on television, Linda is much more than that. She shows that it is possible to overcome hardship and find one's true self. She is a kind and resilient symbol. The reach of Linda's impact goes much beyond the confines of television. By doing so, she brought attention to the significance of living a healthy lifestyle and health challenges, including chronic fatigue syndrome, which she had to fight on a personal level. In her cookbooks Recipes for Life and Linda Evans' Beauty and Exercise book, the author shared her wisdom on how to take care of oneself and look one's best. There was more to these works than just instructions, providing inspiration to countless women on their journeys to find fulfillment and harmony. Linda's personal tale, rather than her achievements and medals, will be remembered most for its strength. She proved that adversity and suffering do not destroy a person, but rather make them stronger and more resilient. She has been an inspiration to women all around the globe who are fighting for equality and empowerment through her message, which has gone well beyond the realm of entertainment. The capacity to face and conquer hardship, rather than to escape it, is the true measure of a person's value, as Linda Evans shows. Not only does her acting profession bear her name, but so does the belief she imparts that there is hope for everyone, no matter how dark the night. Linda Evans, after a life and profession filled with ups and downs, has decided to embrace a new chapter, a life of calm and purpose. She now calls Washington State home, where she finds solace in the serene natural environment. Linda stays out of the spotlight while maintaining connected with her admirers. She spends her time pursuing personal hobbies and engaging in inspiring activities. Her net worth is reported to be $20 million. With a brief yet moving appearance in Swan's Song in 2021, Linda made a triumphant comeback to the big screen. Her ability to create nuanced, emotionally complex characters was on full display in the performance. She was much loved by her devoted fan base and solidified her place in television history with her appearance. Linda is a health nut when she's not acting. She follows a strict regimen of exercise and nutritious eating. In her cookbook, Recipes for Life, she often provides recipes, served with light soups and salads of hope, accompanied by touching tales. Every dish is more than simply food in Linda's eyes. It's a treasured recollection that got her through the hardest times. Every day, she incorporates yoga and fitness into her routine. Yoga, Linda has remarked time and time again, does more than just make her feel better physically. It's also a kind of mental treatment that helps her find peace every day. Her beloved practice of outdoor yoga amid the tranquil surroundings of Washington has become an integral part of her day, helping her to relax physically and mentally. Instead of pursuing external perfection or adhering to strict beauty standards, Linda thinks that genuine beauty originates from inside. Confidence and inner peace, she says, are more important than outward beauty. She urges people to love and accept themselves. Early in the year 2025, Linda started the year off with an emotional Instagram post. Her heartfelt New Year's message to her followers was captured in a video. "I wish you all the best in 2018 as you finally embrace the wonder that is your authentic identity. Our dreams are worth fighting for, and may we never give up on them. Wishing you a wonderful new year. My deepest sympathies are with you at this time." Vivacious, organic, and bursting with life force, Linda's presence in the video drew in her legion of fans and further solidified her status as an inspirational figure in Hollywood. Living a life of self-love and acceptance, regardless of our age or the hardships we've endured, is what truly matters, as 83-year-old Linda Evans demonstrates. Her cheerful and enthusiastic life continues to inspire others, as a gentle reminder that each day brings a new chance for development and rejuvenation. Living proof that perseverance and self-respect can lead to a meaningful and satisfying existence despite life's obstacles is Linda Evans. After overcoming obstacles, reinventing herself time and time again, and leaving a legacy that goes beyond television, Linda has gone from being a TV star to an inspirational figure. Even at 82 years old, she continues to inspire those who are looking for inner strength and tranquility. Every day is a chance to start over and be true to who you are, and her life is a great example of that. Inspiring as Linda Evans's journey is, what are your views on it? Which part of her narrative strikes a chord with you the most? Feel free to provide your opinions in the space provided. Make sure you don't miss any future tales about Hollywood luminaries by hitting that like button and subscribing to the channel. Looking forward to seeing you in our upcoming video.